So this is going to be both a haul and a TBR in one, as I bribed my booktube friend Amanda into taking me to her local comic book store, House of Secrets, and having her recommend me a bunch of comics. I'm kind of a newbie to the comic world. I've only really read Saga and Sandman, so I kind of had her put together a starter kit for me to buy. So without further ado, here are the comics I just got and that I want to read very, very soon. Let's start off with Rat Queens, as this is the one I was really super excited about getting going in, as I've heard amazing things about it. Everyone on BookTube has been recommending it to me. It's supposed to be dark, comedic, fantasy sort of stuff, with a female cast of characters named things like Violet the hipster dwarves fighter and Dee the atheist human cleric. Volume 1 is called Sass and Sorcery, and it just looks hilarious. I cannot wait on this one. I'm really excited. Plus, it's got a super kick-ass redhead, so I am excited to see if I like her as a character. Then Amanda had me pick up Lock and Key. This cover is just gorgeous. The key is raised, and then the rest of the cover is matte. This is apparently horror fantasy about this New England mansion, really creepy and violent. It's by Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. I've read some excerpts of some of his books before. His writing style has always kind of reminded me of a cross between Stephen King and Neil Gaiman, so I'm interested in trying out his comics. The only thing bad about this I've heard is that it can kind of get confusing at points. The art in this one is kind of monochromatic, which is kind of cool. This looks really interesting. Then Amanda convinced me to pick up a new series that I've never heard of before, which is Gotham Academy, which is apparently just what it sounds like, a coming-of-age tale set in Gotham. Batman owns the place, but Amanda says you only really see him in the first issue, and you don't really have to know that much about the Batman universe to get what's going on. And really, guys, mainly the art just looks really beautiful, so we'll try this one out too. All right, Sex Criminals. Amanda had to sell me really hard to get me to pick this one up. The cover isn't my favorite, but the story does sound intriguing. It's about this girl who can stop time when she has sex, and then she finds a guy who can do the same thing, and they decide to rob banks. So, sex criminals. Get it? Sex criminals. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. And then I got some single issues. I got the first issue of Brian K. Vaughan's newest series called We Stand on Guard. Looks like it's about Canada. Well, about the US of A invading Canada. Go us. Anyways, look at this picture in here. This is just die for gorgeous. Apparently the artist Steve Scroce did storyboards for The Matrix. Then I picked up Descender because Amanda was just raving about it, but then she remembered that she had like 3 copies of this issue at home, so she ended up just giving me one of hers instead. This is about a young robot in a universe where robots have been outlawed and bounty hunters are everywhere. It looks quite interesting. Then she had like 5 copies of this, so she gave me one. It's called Death Head. It's supposed to be a supernatural horror thriller typey thing. It's about camping and a family in an abandoned village, and I'll give it a try. Okay, and I already know I hauled this one in my birthday haul, which I got from my local comic book store secret headquarters. I want to include it here too though, as this is my comics TBR and I want the full list in one place. And that is Lumberjanes. I've heard so many amazing things about this book. It's kind of a YA comic, I guess. It's about 5 girls at an all-girls summer camp, and I've only heard really rave things, so this one is really exciting to me. Okay, so those are the comics that I plan to read in the near future. Which one should I start with? What other comics should I be seeking out? And have you read any of these? And what did you think?